Well, I'm not exaggerating the angle here of the boat. In fact, that is the correct angle of the boat, because I've got the horizontal line as a guide on the phone. It's horrific, isn't it?
Yeah, he can't stand up. I can't stand up. I feel like I'm doing a magic trick. In fact, if you try and film that behind you, you can see the light behind you, how much it's slanting.
Yeah, so we're getting off, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I've had no sleep.
Since 4:20 this morning.
I'm just emotionally drained, to be honest.
Let's get going. So there are barriers everywhere, police cordons. You all right?
Yeah, thorns.
Stuck on thorns. I cut my leg open yesterday. Ow. Ow. Right.
Don't give a shot.
Phil like a gazelle. Well done, Phil.
We stayed at a friend's last night. It's probably a really good night's sleep. We're heading back now to the boat to see what the situation is, see where we're up to with the dams, see if they've got any idea of when they're actually going to start putting water in the canal, because we really do need to be on the boat for that, just to make sure it's safe, it doesn't slide down the bank. And yeah, we're not actually sure where we're staying after tonight. We can stay at friends tonight, and then I'm at work, and then when I come back from Christmas Eve to possibly the 29th, if we're not afloat, we're not actually sure where we're staying.
Well, as you can see, there's a hive of activity down by the breach. We've got the Canal and River Trust out in force, engineers are out in force, and I'm sure they've been working throughout the night. The local councillor's here, and there's a lot of media interest too. The first dam is already in place, and you can see that the canal is back level on this side, heading towards Llangollen. And boats on this side are floating freely again. And this is the site of that terrible breach.
So, Julie, massive operation going on at the moment. It's incredible what's been done already. Can you tell us what the next stage is?
Obviously, people like yourself who went through this horrible experience yesterday morning are our biggest concern. I'm so pleased everyone is safe, but some people have lost their livelihoods on the float, so they're our biggest concern, really. So we're trying to support where we can the boaters, and I know that you set up for crowdfunding for the boaters, which is really fantastic, so well done. For us, we're trying to stabilise the site, and we're trying to secure the water supply to get the boats on the far side floated that are stranded. You're one of those boats, and get your way. At least you can access facilities and services, and so that's the primary: stabilise the site, get the boats that we can secured, look after the boaters that have been displaced, the ones that haven't gone home or gone to stay with family over the Christmas period. Then putting our heads down and working out how we rebuild this canal, how we get access to lift the boats out first so that they can go off for, particularly for Paul, and get his boat out from here. It's going to take a while. I think we're looking at 6 months plus 6 to 9 months before we can reopen the canal, and that's because it's a massive operation where we'll have to start from the bottom and rebuild up that embankment in compacted layers of material and reline the canal and rewater it and get it back open again.
You can't predict something like this, can you? It's just an incident that's occurred because of the heavy rainfall and because it's on a bank.
Well, embankments are always, the structures and the old structures. This is not an embankment that for us it was in reasonable condition. We have all of our embankments over 2 meters are inspected on a regular basis. Our earth structures inspectors check them. There's a couple of culverts on this length, neither of which were in poor condition. It's not immediately obvious as the reason why the canal failed at this location. Obviously, as part of our investigations over the next weeks, we'll try and understand the mode of failure, but sometimes it's really difficult to predict with this type of structure as to what exactly went wrong. So at this point, we inspect regularly. We do our absolute utmost to maintain the canal network in good condition. It's particularly hard because as a charity where we could always use more money, an aging infrastructure that we look after is always prone to its difficulties. So for us, our priority is to make sure that the network is safe, and it's a horrendous incident for our boaters to have to live through.
I'm really impressed actually at how quickly the engineers have been down and got this dammed, and I believe the other side's been dammed, hasn't it? And
Yeah,
they're
the
hoping to
frame's
start
come in this
refilling with
morning.
water.
Yeah. On site have been particularly great. They do a lot of our works for stoppages and stuff as well. But yeah, that's, and we've probably got more pumps on site than we know what to do with at the moment. We just need to connect them up and get them moving the water so that we can get the boats on the far side refloated.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thanks for talking to us. I know you're very busy. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I think it's really important to talk to the people who've had to live through this experience, and I just hope that you and Anthony can have a decent Christmas with a bit of water around your boat.
Yeah. I mean, the boating community, it's that spirit, isn't it, where everybody sticks together and helps each other out. We've been blown away with the support from people. So thank you very much for talking to us. Thank you.
All right, good luck.
Heading back to the boat, see what's occurring with them. Bit slippy underfoot, isn't it, Phil?
You missed that spot.
I did miss you slipping. With your best boots on as well.
The best boats, and I left the other boats in my car back in Whitchurch.
Oh, rookie error. So we're on the small section between the breach and Grindley Brook. I have to say, I'm really amazed at how quickly the CRT have got the dams in. They're hoping to refloat this section possibly tomorrow, so we can actually get beyond the locks and out with this section. Obviously the people on the other side of the breach are going to be there for the foreseeable future, but at least we've got about 15 miles of canal to explore. It's the guys that are, like I've said before, that are in the sunken embankment in that hole that have actually lost their homes, that I really feel sorry for. Yeah, it's just terrible.
That's the horizontal line on the camera. That really shows you what angle the boat's at. It's freezing as well, isn't it?
Really cold. We can't put the heating on because the fire keeps going out because of the levels. I'm hoping this will cook this bacon. We're absolutely starving.
Just to show you the angle we're at. Butter. Wouldn't melt. That drawer's just flowed open. Oh, it's been open for days.
It won't melt because I can't get the fire lit.
No, can't. We're freezing, aren't we?
And the cofferdam on this side of the breach is now in place. It won't be long now before they get the pipes in and start pumping in water. And between the two cofferdams, this is a scene of that terrible breach that happened on the early hours of Monday the 22nd of December. We can't believe how quickly they've done this and started pumping water into this side of the canal, hopefully to get our boats floating. You can see the scale of this mammoth operation. The pipes run from this side of the breach over to the far side of the breach by the lift bridge at Whitchurch. The plan is to get the boats floating as soon as possible, and that boat in the middle of the image needs dragging away from that dam to safety. Water from the River Dee at Llangollen is fed into the Llangollen Canal itself and runs all the way down to Hurleston to feed the reservoir. So I guess this is why they've had to do this operation so quickly.
Well, that's it. We're gobsmacked. They've dammed off this side of the canal overnight and they're now refilling it with water. It's going to be a slow process. It's a long stretch of canal, and yeah, they can't fill it too fast because they don't want to damage the bottom of the canal. But look at this, incredible. We're hoping that we're going to be floating by tomorrow.
We've lived on the canal now for 5 years and we've never witnessed anything like this before. We've seen breaches, but we've never seen boats get washed away into those breaches. It really is heartbreaking. These boats are people's homes. There's about 1.5 miles of canal to fill here all the way down to Grinley Brook. It's going to take some time. We're guessing a couple of days, but we're hopeful it's going to be quicker than that.
We're on Phil's boat because it may be slightly warmer than ours in a minute when the fire's lit, and he's just passing Anthony a glass.
Ready? Cheers.
Like 6 cents.
And the crews are still here working late into the night.
I thought to myself,
Well, it's been a very tiring couple of days. We're all exhausted. It's been a very emotional day. So last night you probably saw us getting off the boat because it was cold. We couldn't sleep in that bed. The angle of the boats are about 45 degrees. It was impossible. Sebastian was sliding on the floor. He couldn't walk. So myself, Anthony and Phil decided to get off our boat and climb over a fence and traipse through a muddy field, climb over another fence, climb through barriers. I cut my leg. It was really difficult to get off the site, but obviously they've got to try and keep the public away because it's a dangerous area to be in, and they don't want people standing over the edge of the breach, basically. So we spoke, first of all, a big thank you to Pete from One Day More Aboard, who drove for 2 hours. Excuse me, done a lot of talking today. Who drove for 2 hours to drop the keys off to their apartment in Whitchurch. The chances of their apartment being here where the breach is just phenomenal. And yeah, that the kindness of people yesterday and today has just blown us away. So many people are offering accommodation, so big thank you. So yeah, Pete got the keys. We finally got to the apartment. It was late. We were tired. Can you tell I'm tired now? And yeah, we had a good night's sleep. Couldn't really sleep. We got up about 5 o'clock. I think all our minds were too active, recounting what had gone on the day before. But we managed to get a hot shower, and then we got back to the site because we wanted to check on our boats. We spoke to the Canal and River Trust and some of the engineers. We think they've done an incredible job. They've worked throughout the night. As you saw from the images, they've dammed off the side of the breach on that side of the lift bridge this morning, on the far side from us. And then throughout the day, they've dammed off this side of the breach. So the hole is dammed off at either side. And they got those 3 pipes in and they started pumping water in, as you saw. Yes, it's been a very emotional day. Last night as well, we spoke to Paul, who's the artist, and it's his boat that's teetering on the edge of that cliff, basically, that drop down into the breach. And he was telling us that he got off his boat and all he had was the clothes he was stood in, no money, no food, no bank cards, and all his belongings on that boat, and his livelihood as well. And that's why we set up the GoFundMe. And the GoFundMe, we'll leave a link to that in tonight's video. It's been incredible. I think, Phil, is it about £20,000?
it's getting up for 30,000, I think.
It's nearly at £30,000. So I'm not being soft, but we've just all been crying today because people have been so kind. So close to Christmas, so thank you. Yeah, so thank you. It's been a very emotional day. We spoke to Paul this morning. He was so grateful for everything that we're doing. And we set up that GoFundMe, just to be clear, for those 3 boats that are most involved in this. They're the ones who have been made homeless. And we know it's not going to replace their boats, but we just thought it would give them a better Christmas than they've been having. And I think they deserve it. So thank you, everyone. Again, we've had loads of people reaching out to us, asking if we need somewhere to stay. So that support has been incredible. Zoe and Lee, who it was their first day on the canal and their first night on the canal when it was the breach, and they were moored a few hundred yards behind us, dropped off at McDonald's for us. We were all starving. We couldn't cook on our boat. And yeah, we've been on Phil's boat most of the afternoon because he's lit his fire. We couldn't light our fire on our boat. It's so cold. So it's been lovely and toasty on Phil's boat. So thanks, Phil. And we've been watching all the videos and some of the news clips today, and we want to mention Phil's vlog, which is Looking Through Life. And if you check out his video that he took of the breach, which we thought was really great as well, check that out. Yeah, so I think that's it. It's now 5 to 11. It's Tuesday the 23rd of December. Anthony's gone off to work, and they started filling the canal, was it about 3 o'clock, did you say, Phil?
2:30.
About 2:30 this afternoon. And we've not moved, but we think it's going to be about 2:30 tomorrow before the boats start floating, because there's about a 1.5 mile stretch of canal that they've got to fill with water. And then Christmas Day we're spending with Pete and Caroline at their apartment, and we're all looking forward to having dinner with them. And we're hoping that the boats are floating by the evening of Christmas Day, and we can relax, we can run our generators, put on our heating, and enjoy our Christmas on the boats. So again, a big thank you to everyone for all your messages of support. It's been overwhelming. We've not been able to keep up with everybody's comments. We certainly not had the time to reply, so apologies for that. And we've been speaking to so many media channels. There's been interest from this story all around the world. So a big thank you. And again, thanks to everybody that supported us on the GoFundMe page. Thank you. Take care. Bye.